My marvelous muses, how are we doing tonight, guys? So tonight we're going to do ink pens. I haven't done these in forever, and I thought it might be kind of fun to do one. They have some cool ones now that are out, but these are still really cool, and I still really like them. So yeah, this is our ink pen molds. This actually goes this way. And what we're going to do is, in one of them, I'm going to dust it with purple chameleon powder. Purple chrome powder from Resin. In one of them, we are going to do this blue, kind of like Mylar stuff Marilyn sent me. And in one, we are going to do gold flakes. The pens I have red, blue, and black. I think this looks like red to me. You can look here on the end. That's either blue or black. And that's either blue or black. So the red ones I'm going to put away because I don't want to do red right now. And what you do is you put your pen in, you put a little bit of resin in, you put your pen in, you cure it, you fill it with resin while the pen is in there. And then you take this off. The only drawback to doing it is, if you do it like this, you cannot change the ink, the pen. Once it runs out, it's done, you got to throw it away. There is a way that you can do it. I don't have one of the pens with me, but you can buy like the clear Bics with the clear barrel, and you could actually slide the barrel into here, put your pen in there, just like the Bics are. Actually, you put the barrel in, and then when you pull it out, you stick your pen in just like you would if you were replacing the tip, and you could actually replace them that way. I did one a long time ago, but like I said, I don't have any of those actually with me. I don't have any of those pens right now. Otherwise, I would show you how to do that. I may do that at a later date. Alright, so we're going to do this one in the chrome powders. Now, you want to be sure you go up the side. Okay. Go up the side here. I haven't done these in probably 2 years. Probably close to 2 years at least since I have done these pens. Alright. Alright. So I'm just on the outside, thankfully. Alright. So what we're going to do. Normally you would fill this with black, but because the top of this pen is going to be black if I do that. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to use UV resin on these too. Get my little cups out here. So we got our cup out here. Nope. I have one or two. Okay, I guess it's one. Alright. So, I'm going to put a bunch of resin in here, enough to fill this pen. A little bit more. Alright. And what we're going to do is, because I want this pen to be the same color, we're going to put this powder into the resin. So we're going to move these out of the way temporarily. We're going to work on one at a time. Can't make it too dark or it won't be able to cure though. Now if you see here, you could still kind of, you could see the color, but if you notice, you could still kind of see the stick through it. That's what we want. So, we're going to pour some resin in a little bit. Just a little bit to start with. And we're going to let it run from one end to the other. We're going to get a pen out. I don't have it open. I've opened them before. There we go. Alright. Then what you do is you take your pen, you leave the tip on it, and stick it down in here, just like so, and you're going to wedge it in. And you're going to get it about halfway down. Just like that. Can you see that? That's about halfway down in there. And I'm going to fill a little bit more resin. Okay. I'm going to tilt some down into the tip. Alright. So I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't cure it. And we're going to give this a quick cure. And then we'll come back and we'll fill it up the rest of the way. Alright guys, so we're ready to add the rest to it here. I thought I paused you, but I guess I didn't. So I may speed you up on that part. So we're going to add a little bit more powder. And this should be enough to top this pin on. And then we will take it out and see how it looks. Alright. A little bit more right here. Okay. I am going to put you guys on pause this time. We're going to cure it and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we are back. So I cured this really well. And we're going to take the pin out. And there we are. Now, the back is a little bit sharp, so what I usually do is I go in afterwards and I kind of give it a light sand. I usually use my Dremel with the little wool pads on it because it works better for that. And it doesn't mess up your, doesn't scar your resin like the sandpaper will. The wool pads don't, they're really soft. That's probably what I'll use for this one. But isn't that pretty? So this one's probably going to be mine. Now, normally I leave the tips on because if you take the tips off, of course, because they don't have caps, they tend to dry out faster. But this one's going to be mine, so we're going to take this tip off. Just got a little black tip on it. And we're going to test it here to see, yep, after a year, they still write. And this is the blue. This is the blue ink. So, this is them. Extremely awesome. How did I get all over it? I don't know what I got all over it. Okay, that's weird. I don't know what I got all over it. It's very strange. Oh, do I have a hole there? No. I don't know what that is. That's bizarre. Whatever it is, it's on my gloves. Okay, maybe it's from this baby wipe. Okay, so we're going to set this off to the side. And we're going to move this mold out of the way. And we're going to do the next one. And I think we're going to do this one next. Yeah, we're going to do this one next. And with it, we're going to do clear. There we go. dump this whole little jar in. Alright. So now we're going to pour a little bit of resin in here. And we're going to let it run down because we're going to put our pen in. Okay, let's do another blue one. Do another blue one here. Alright. Again, you put your pen in. Now this one you gotta bend it to get the back end in. Just like so. And because this one's clear, we can do most of this one in one. Got to make sure it runs down into the tip, because if you don't, you will have a hole down here. I poured a bunch of them that the tip is missing part of the tip. And then also down into the back here. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to just lightly go over the top of this. All right. Here we go. Alright, we are going to cure this, and we will be back and see how it looks. Alright, so we're ready to see this one? This one's a little harder to get out because you got to bend this end a little bit. Come on. There we go. Very pretty. This one, of course, you can see the pen inside, but that's alright. And like I said, we'll do the same thing on the back of here. We will cure this. We will clean it up with some felt pads. pretty, but I'm not going to take the tip off of this because if I gift this to somebody or sell it or whatever, we don't want it to be missing the tip. Now this one's kind of a weird shape one. It's kind of a fat pin, but that's alright. We're going to try it anyway. I've used it before. My favorite one is actually the square one. This is probably my second favorite because it's a little more roundish. And if you use the felt pads on the back, you can actually round these off. And you can make this one almost completely round. So this one is probably my second favorite. The square is actually my favorite. Alright. This one, let's do a black pin on this one. We know this is blue, and we know the other is red, because we can see the red in the end of it. So this one's black. Come on. On this one, I can never tell where this piece is. Looks like it's down here. It is. I see it. There we go. Alright, so we're going to take this one out. I'm actually going to put a piece of tape on here. Next time I use these, I know which one is which. Like I said, I can tell the red easily. I'm just going to write black. There we go. That way I know what color it is. When I'm looking at it next time, I'm like, what color is this? And this one, the pin goes in this way. And it kind of just sits down in here. About halfway down. Most of them wedge in. This one actually doesn't really wedge in. It just kind of sits down in here. There's no place for it to wedge completely, but I'm not going to do it yet because I want to put a little bit of resin in under it. This one we're going to use the Gold-flakes, since Marilyn gave me a whole bunch of these, and this one little thing is perfect to put into the resin. We're just going to put it in here and we're going to break it all up. Probably about that much to start with. I need more, we'll add more. Oh yeah, we're going to need more. I broke this up really fine in there, but I do need way more resin because that's not going to be near enough to fill this pen. Probably more like that. There we go. Okay. Pour a little bit in. Okay. And then we'll pour some in here. Let it slide down. down on each end. Alright, now we're going to put the tip in. And we're going to fill up around it. Okay, I want to make sure I get it all down in the tip. Squeeze it. I see a bubble here. Alright. We're going to cure that right quick. Then we'll come back and we'll top it off. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So what I think we're going to do with this one is, on the back here, we're going to add some more resin, of course, because we need a bit more. And I think we're going to add a little bit of the gold chrome powder into it. You're going to put a little bit of this gold chrome in here. Okay. First person I saw do this, I'm sure there's been plenty of others, but the first person I ever saw to mix this into the UV resin was Renee over at Hearts Creation by Renee. She did it on her hair barrettes, and I was like, oh my gosh, how cool is that, right? I was like, we're going to mix it in with our UV and pour it on the back of this pen. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we need more. Surprisingly, these take more than what you think they would. These little pens take a lot more resin than what you think. Alright, yeah, that's good. There we go. Much better. See if we got any run down into the tip down here. And we're going to top it off the rest of the way. Still a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. All right. I'm going to cure this and we'll be back when it's time to demold it. All right, we are back. Ready to demold this one. This is the one that used to give me the most trouble with the tip. Actually, the tip came out fine. That's pretty. Look at the gold. Isn't that pretty? That's nice. Alright, so I'm going to do one more. And I'm going to do my favorite one because I like it best. We're going to do the roundish one. This same one here. And, what I'm going to do with it, let me move this out of the way, is I'm going to do black resin. My black Let's Resin UV resin. And I'm going to do Intense Color Shift Chameleon Flakes. I can never read these. Yeah, I can't read that color. Whatever color this is, you guys can read the color there. Blue? I don't know. I can't read it. I can't read it. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I can now. From where it's at now, I can read it blue. It is blue. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do this in stages because again, this is a black resin. It is the UV resin from Let's Resin, so it does cure very well. But if we were to pour this whole thing with the black resin, it probably wouldn't cure. It would, but it might take a long, long time. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some tweezers here and we're just going to dump some in there. And then we're going to put this back in. And we are going to stir this up. I don't know if you can see that color in there. You see that? Isn't that pretty? That is gorgeous, gorgeous. And we're going to do a black tip pen again. And you got to bend the back of it. Again, with this one, you got to bend the back to get it in. Just like that. And then we're going to pour some resin in here. All right. Okay, number one, we want to run it down into the tip. Nice thing about these is you can kind of see on here where they're going. if your resin's going to the tip. Alright, and then the same thing in the back here. Alright. Move this out of the way. We're going to cure this first layer. And we'll be back when it's time to pour the next. Okay, we're back. We're ready to pour the next layer. Okay. 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 Alright, we're going to let this cure, and we're going to come back for one more layer. I'll see you then. Okay, we're ready to demold this. I went ahead and topped it off without you guys. Figured you didn't need to hang around just to see me add more resin to the same thing we were doing before, so. Did get a little bit of overpour back here on the back. See how we look. Did I get the tip? That's what I was worried about. I got quite a bit of overpour actually back here. Can we see the... Oh yeah, you can see it in there. Kind of like that one myself. I might keep that one. I'm going to peel all this extra off, and like I said, I will sand these down. Yeah, I got way too much on the back of this one. Way too much overpour back here. I'm going to snip some of it off. So yeah, this is fun. I hadn't done these in a long time. And I got them out the other day, and I've had them out for a while, and I've been intending to do them. And yeah, this one's got to be trimmed massively. Move these molds out of the way here. We'll move this paper towel. You guys can see the pins all together here. So there they are, guys. There we go. We got our black one with the chameleon flakes, intense chameleon flakes. We've got our blue mylar. That one's pretty. We have the gold. Very blingy. Very sparkly. And the purple. First I thought I liked the purple best, now I think I like the black. I think once I get the black clean, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to give this to my neighbor because she loves purple. So I'm going to, once I do the dremeling on them, I'll probably do that. tomorrow during the day because it is really late and I don't want to be out here grinding with the Dremel late at night. So, yep. Let me know what you think, guys. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. I hope your resin cures beautiful. Your craft projects turn out amazing. I hope you are all happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.